Hey, it's your boy Jubone. I'm gonna make this really quick. Cleaning the carburetor on my Turo. This is a 6 horsepower Turo lawnmower. Just want to save you all some money. No need of taking this to the shop. This is pretty easy to do. When your lawnmower won't start, it keeps conking out, you can take starter fluid. It'll start it, but it'll bog out. That means pretty much 95% of the time is going to be your carburetor, because your spark plug will be working, it'll work fine, but it's just not getting gas to the carburetor. So how you remove the carburetor, and this is standard on most lawnmowers, this is a linkage up top that I just touched. This is 6 millimeter that goes here. So get your 6 millimeter socket, and then you have two 10 millimeter sockets on the carburetor itself. That's where you see right here and right here on the other side of the carburetor. Don't confuse it with the linkage. Linkage is 6, these are 10. Then you have 2 8s, which is going to be on the filter, the air filter bracket. 2 8 millimeter bolts. Very simple. Remove it and your carburetor will come out. Remove the linkage from the top. There's a little linkage connector. Remove that. Let's go over to the carburetor. Carburetor is already out. Just wanted to show you that. I've done this 4 times now. It's not hard at all. So what I'm going to do is get where you can get the best view. Let me go where there's not that much sun. Okay. So what you want to do is the carburetor. I'm not even going to clean the whole carburetor. I clean the float a little bit if it's dirty. The bowl is still over to the side. And these holes, left and right, clean those out. I'm going to show you what to use. Go at the bottom, at the bowl, clean that out in there. It's a little hole. You want to ream that out. You want to ream the hole where the fuel go. This is where the fuel go in. It goes into a bowl, which is this bowl right here. And it fills. And it comes in through the bottom. That hole in the center. It comes out the top. And that's how it gets fuel through the carburetor to cause the combustion. So what you want to do is clean this hole out. That's the fuel, where the fuel come in. Most time that's not blocked, but there's a small hole right here that blocks up. The two on the left and right blocks up, and that's what allow your carburetor oxygen mixture to go through and creates combustion. So if those block off, your carburetor plugs up. As you can see, there's a lot of dirt around here, especially on a lawnmower. You're going to get a lot of dirt. It's just the way it is. It causes your carburetor to plug up and it'll no longer work. So if you're going to get your carburetor clean, they're going to make it look pretty, spray it down and all this good stuff, and probably give you an air filter and charge you $70-$80. You could do it yourself. I'm pretty good at it now. When I first did it, it took me maybe 25 minutes. Now I can do it in about 15 minutes easy. Once again, okay, here's what you're going to use. This is like an extended twisty tie. You can even get them off your bread wrappers, bun wrappers. That little wire, you want to take that little wire and you want to ream it back and forth through all the holes you see. These holes, the hole through here, just ream out all the areas you can ream. Right here, same thing. And you want to get yourself some carburetor cleaner or brake cleaner. This carburetor cleaner, you're going to spray it through those holes. Do it 2 times, just two little quick squirts through each hole. After you ream it, then you're going to put your carburetor back on. Look on eBay and get yourself a new filter if need be. I'm not going to get a new filter. I just dust this one off a little bit. I do have 4 new ones, but there's really no need to change this. This only been used twice just to show you how dirty it can get. And right now I don't have a lot of grass, so I'm cutting more dirt than grass, so it's really going to get dusty. If you want to prevent that, you can wet the grass a little bit. And that's what I like to do, just a little bit, or after a rain, and then cut it. But if you have plenty of grass, you should be all right. It won't, create that much dust. So, and what you do with the fuel line, this is the fuel line. If there's an old gas in there, drain that old gas out. See, when you have your own lawnmower, we don't cut our grass as much as we should. Every month and a half, maybe a month or so is when I cut mine. Some people do it every 2 weeks. You're fine if you do it every 2 weeks. But if you're doing it every month and a half, like me, you may want to be careful, because the carburetor do plug off. The gas sit and so forth. But what you want to do is take one of the screws, 10 millimeter screws, put in that line, if your gas is still good, and tilt it upwards. So it's gravity fed, so you don't have to worry about losing gas or gas running out. If not, just put a catcher pan or a bowl down to catch the fuel, because fuel is expensive, so you can save it and put it back in. But if it's old, just go on and dump that fuel and get rid of it. Put some fresh gas in, and you should be fine. If you have any issues after putting it back together, take you a little bit of starting fluid, and you can quick start it, and once it starts, it should start pulling fuel through the carburetor and running pretty good. Let it run for about 2 minutes, throttling it, high, low, cut it off, and then you should be fine. So that's a little tip. I'd already moved the carburetor. I'll show you how to remove it and put it back on, so you know how to do that. 2 10mm bolts. This is a 6 on the bracket, and then the air filters are 8, so 2 8. And I just use my little ratchet connector here with an extension as well. So that's all you're gonna need. So you'll be all right with that. And a flathead screwdriver, because there is one bolt that has a flathead on it to remove the outer. Here it is right here, the outer bracket to the air filter. So that's everything you're gonna need to remove this. And this top cover right here comes on and off with 3 bolts. I'll show you how this go right quick. Pretty much flips right around here, goes on just like that. Bolt, bolt. This is a snap. This isn't even a bolt right here, but it broke. So it's 2 nuts, I should say. Well, 2 bolts, I should say. More like screws. Here, here. So 2 screws. This normally snaps, but it broke off. It's old plastic. So you have to remove that cover with 2 screws. So I hope that helps you out. And this is the carb cleaner. The other container was starting fluid. And this is the extension I use. And that's about it. Hope I can help you out. This is the bowl. And one more thing, the bowl takes a 1/2 inch to remove the nut at the bottom of the bowl that goes in here. It's a 1/2 inch. And this is what it looks like. And that goes at the bottom of the bowl. And remember, all carburetors are pretty much going to be the same. So it is hot out here. It's your boy Jubone. Later.